This is our 4th episode with our new co-host, Rachel K. Burke. I'm not going to say beautiful because if you remember on the love language episode last week, she said she doesn't like that.
You can decide for yourself.
so we're not going to say, if you guys remember the last couple episodes, I would say the beautiful Rachel K.
No,
Burke.
that's cool. One is good. As long as you're not like
good.
over the top.
As long as not over the top. Anyway, guys, we are exposing the truth and broadcasting the lies. You know, it's Imani, Shakur, and Rachel K. Burke. She is an author. These are her books right here. Love Bites. I don't know what she's biting, but you'd have to figure that out. And then she has another book called Sound Bites, a rock and roll love story. You know what I mean? Maybe her love language is biting. We don't know. But
It still goes into the touch realm,
still goes
right?
in the touch realm. But check her books out. You can catch them on Amazon or wherever else. Like I said, we're exposing the truth and broadcasting the lies. We have the hottest, sexiest relationship podcast on iHeartRadio. Yes, I did say iHeartRadio, on iTunes, on Buzzsprout, on Stitcher, on Spotify, on Google Play Music. You can catch us everywhere. You could even catch us on your cell phone, so no excuses. You know what I mean? We talk about sex, love, relationships, everything. It's a man and woman's perspective on all of it. We're raw and uncut. Follow us on social media. Email us at rptalktruth@gmail. And on Twitter, it's relationships, romance, and propaganda. I say the same spiel every week. You guys hear it. It's all good. So today we are talking about, my topic is the 7-year itch. And we got that from another fan. And Rachel brought fetishes. Mm-hmm. And this week she's jumping it off because I jumped it off last week. We're talking about love languages. So she's going to talk about fetishes. Then we'll roll into that 7-year itch problem that a lot of women have, especially here in wine country. I have some stories to tell.
Oh, that's right. So do I.
So yeah, the last episode went a little longer. We're going to try to make this one a little shorter and just have some fun. So Rachel's going to jump it off. Let's see what fetishes she has to bring to the table.
Right. So we talked a little bit in one of our last episodes about different fetishes, like the girl you were with who wanted people to like walk in on her or wanted her boyfriend to catch you guys. The forbidden, you know, that's more of a fantasy. You know, I sort of have like a man in power fantasy. So
yeah, you do, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. So I always say, like, for women to orgasm, and my friends have agreed with me on this. This is not just me.
Yeah.
You know, we need something mentally that's getting us there, right? Like, I can be having sex with you, everything's fine, but when I'm about there, you need to think of something that's
mental, yes,
that turns you on. Mm-hmm. And so my friend one day, she said, you know, it's like those old school like 80s cameras. You flip the scene, that's not working. You flip the scene, that's not working. Oh, that one's working.
Yeah,
you know.
You flip the scene.
Yeah, and I do. Sometimes I'm like, we're in the shower, that's not working. Doggy style. Oh, okay, that's working. You know, like it's all different.
So you're thinking about this in the moment.
Yeah, and so normally, you know, and I hate to say this, but it's like normally the person I'm having sex with, I'm not really having sex with you. Like, it's you, but you might be my next door neighbor who broke in the middle of the night and snuck into my room. Forbidden, right?
Right.
But I think a lot of women are similar because you like look at how 50 Shades of Grey went crazy because women like men in power. They want that dominant figure. Because I mean, if you read that book, it's like borderline abuse. I mean, he's kind of beating her, but it's women want that dominant man. That's exciting, right? So to delve a little further into that, it's like because fetishes aren't really fantasy. Like fantasies are sort of, you know, what gets us there. But some people have weird fetishes.
Right.
So last year, my friend told me that she had put a pair of shoes on eBay. So just to preface this, there's a lot of men who have foot fetishes.
Interesting.
I didn't realize how dark this goes until she told me about this. So she put a pair of shoes on eBay. So apparently the code on eBay is well worn for men who have foot fetishes. Men buy used shoes on eBay for a lot of money because they like the smell because it gets them off.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
What?
So I did a whole social experiment with this.
Get the hell out of here.
Because she sold these shoes for like $60, right? And I was like, you're kidding me. And she goes, they were disgusting. Like, I don't even know what possessed me to put them on the internet. Like, I was about to throw them out. So I said, oh my God, I got to do this. I got to do like a social,
Oh my God.
because she said a lot of guys start messaging me to pay me to take pictures of my feet and send it to them. Oh, it's a whole world.
Are you serious?
Oh, it gets so much worse. So this is why I wanted to talk about this. So I go, all right, I gotta do a social experiment.
Yeah.
God, I had these beat up like Steve Madden. At one time they were beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I still had them. They were they were gold. It was like peeling off. So I put them up there just to see what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I started getting the craziest emails from guys like, I want to, like, can you describe, how strong is the scent on a scale of 1 to 10? Can you describe what it smells like Fritos or vinegar?
I'm sorry, guys.
Apparently, they want you to describe how your feet smell.
Are you serious?
And then they want you to mail them in a Ziploc bag so it contains the smell.
Are you serious?
And one guy was like, I hope you don't mind that I'm going to jerk off to the smell of your feet. Oh, it's a whole thing.
Are you serious?
It's a whole thing.
Oh my God. All my watchers on YouTube, you see how I'm reacting. I'm sorry. I just don't believe this.
I sold those shoes for more money than I bought them for.
Are you serious?
Honest to God, it's crazy. Some women make their living, and you can tell. So, because I was like, all right, I got to look this up.
Holy
So
shit.
before I put them on, I put well-worn shoes in eBay. There were 800 listings. And these women, and you can tell they're posing with their feet next to the shoes.
Yeah.
This guy started emailing me and was like, I will pay you to take pictures of your feet and send it to me. There are foot fetish parties in LA. Well, they'll pay you thousands of dollars to go, so guys can touch your feet. I would never do anything like that.
No, are you serious?
It's a whole thing. So my friend and I, we Googled fetishes, right? To see what's going on. The number one that came up was adult babies, right? Foot was number 2 or 3. And we're like, what is adult babies? So I was out that weekend and a friend of mine, he goes, oh yeah. He said, this girl that I work with, she'll go to guys, it's her side hustle. She goes to guys' houses and she pretends that she's the mom and they dress up like a baby and she reads them bedtime stories and guys pay tons of money for this. It turns them on.
Are you serious?
Isn't this I was like, adult babies?
Yes, that's crazy. So are they wearing diapers and shit too?
I didn't even want to get into that. I was like, I don't even know what happens there. But there was an episode of Entourage about that where Turtle met this girl on the internet and she asked him to wear a fuzzy costume, like a stuffed animal, and wear it to her house. And she wanted to have sex with him in a stuffed animal costume. Yet people have weird fetishes. It's a weird thing. I thought I was a weirdo because I think things in my head. No, there's a whole other world. But I will say though, I think I told you this when we first met. I dated a guy, no one's ever had a problem with me kind of checking out when I get in my space during sex, right?
Sex, yeah.
And I dated a guy last year and he couldn't deal with it because he was a very spiritual, all about being present and energy and all of that. And he could sense that I mentally went somewhere else.
Right.
And he couldn't stay hard. And so I would be so close and all of a sudden I'm like, what's happening? And I look at him and he looks horrified and he's like, what happened? I feel like you went somewhere else. Were you thinking about another guy? And I'm like, no, man, I'm still fucking you. You're just maybe
the neighbor.
My roommate who lives down the hall. He's cute and, walked in on me in the shower or something.
Right.
We broke up, honestly. He couldn't deal with it because every time he would go soft and he was like, I don't know. We start off so hot and then you go somewhere else.
Right.
No, do you have a problem with this?
No, not at all. Because I do the same thing so that I can pass.
I thought men do it too, right?
Because remember what I told you earlier in one of our episodes, if I'm very visual, so if I'm having sex and I'm looking at you, it's going to turn me on. It's going to make me come quicker.
You're like Smurfs.
Right. That's what I do. I'm rolling down Hollywood Boulevard.
In your Maserati sports car.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I do. And as long as I'm not looking at you and completely focusing on you in the moment, I could last much longer than if I'm focusing on you and just in the moment.
Because for women, it's visual, but I'm sorry, it's mental. But I feel like for men, it can also be mental. Because I remember, it's
mental for us to stay hard. Definitely.
I think some guys like to have their own fantasies too. Because I remember, once I was house sitting for a girl who, I felt like a college dorm. I don't know why. She just didn't have a lot in her apartment, and so my ex came over, and I was like, her apartment kind of feels like a college dorm. And after we slept together, he goes, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I kind of used that to my advantage. Like he was thinking of like we were college, he kind of used the college thing. So I was like, oh, okay, he does it too.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought like men maybe do that too.
We think about other things. Not all of us, but I know I do. It helps me last much longer.
Okay.
Than if I'm in the moment, because I'm in the moment.
Oh, so you're doing the opposite of what I'm doing. You're actually trying to not think about that.
Exactly.
Where it's like I'm trying to think about something that gets me there.
Right. And I'm thinking about something so it doesn't get me there. So I can last way longer. Because I don't want to get there. The reason why I don't want to get there because I want you to get there.
Right.
So if I'm gonna get there, you don't get there.
That's true.
I'm in trouble. So I don't want to get there.
That makes sense.
I'm down in Malibu or something at Point Doom. You know what I'm saying? I'm
thinking about anything non-sexual.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking about dark stuff. Yeah.
Right. So you can't get there. So that's great. So while you think about that, I'll think about that. You get there, then I'll get there after.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's important for the woman to get there.
Right.
Because it's easy for men to come. It's harder for women typically.
Yeah, I always have to be on top. Because of the positioning, right? Like the clit, like it has to be, I have to, my friend Charlie, he always used to say like, okay, you need to do this. You can't do like this. Right. And I said, yeah.
You need to
like grind on it, you know?
Exactly. Everyone has their like spots and stuff. So that's why I think about something else so that you can get to where you actually need to actually get to.
Yeah. But I have to mentally zone out. But that's why I can't really come with people who I'm not comfortable with. Like if it's just like a one night stand or something. Like it kind of has to be, we either have to be dating or like in a relationship. So I'm comfortable that I'm like, okay, I can like zone out for a few minutes.
So at that point, it's just fun.
Yes.
Yeah. You're not really, it's like, okay, this is just a moment.
Yeah.
Just having a moment. You know, I mean, if I could talk about what fetish do I have? And I would say it would be the whole, excitement thing. Because I have to admit, and me and Crispy have talked about this stuff before, and he always said, oh man, you're wrong for this. But I think we talked about this when we first met. When I first moved here, you know, I ended up with quite a few women that were married, who were on that 7-year itch thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
yeah, we get that in LA too, the women. It's a lot of it is like older married men who have money, who, you know, maybe are bored. Right,
and the women are bored. You know
or the men are bored.
Yeah, or the men are bored, vice versa. So I would actually get off one. So I would definitely say my fetish would be that excitement of the unknown, that her husband doesn't know.
But it's still the same, it's all forbidden, right?
Right, it's all forbidden.
Yes.
That's
that's kind of...
The forbidden is my fetish.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah. Have you ever role played?
No, never.
You ever wanted to?
I'm young and green when it comes to sex, I guess.
Okay.
I've never role played.
Okay.
I would do it. I mean, for me, because I'm a film director, I think I can become an actor if I need to.
Yeah.
Because I've taken acting classes to understand the actors better.
Yeah, that's kind of that's kind of what you do.
Yeah, so I would just
it's like a porno.
If she wanted to, I would do it. I said, let's go.
Yeah, my ex actually wanted to because he was in like a sexless marriage for a long time, so he didn't have a lot of experience. And then once we got a few years in, I think he wanted to mix it up, and he said, you know, I've always had like a thing for like cheerleaders. And I said, okay. So we ordered
and don't tell me you went and got the pom-poms, Rich.
He did. He got an outfit because he wanted it to be an authentic outfit. So he went on eBay and found an actual, like, because he didn't want the cheapy Halloween costume. Yeah. He bought an actual cheerleader outfit on eBay. Yeah, it came with the pom. I mean, we didn't use the pom-poms. It would have been ridiculous. But I got a redheaded wig. Yeah. And we wore that, and I wore the outfit, and he filmed it. And he would jerk off to it all the time. I was like, are you a narcissist? Like, you're jerking off to yourself? Like, not even other people? Like, you want to watch yourself? And he was like, yeah, like all the time. He loved it. So he would film it. Yeah, we just made so we did a forbidden theme where he was the cheerleading coach. Yeah. What are you going to do for me? You know, like when
my goodness.
Yeah, so I think people have fantasies, but I think the fetishes go darker. I think there's a lot of dark stuff. And you know what's
funny? You know, I'm going to have to bring this up to my friends because I honestly, in talking to you about this, I'm realizing that the whole married women thing in wine country is definitely more of a fetish than anything else. Because when we're out and a woman has a ring on, my friends would be like, Imani, she has a ring on. I'm like, let me ask if she's happy or not.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I always say that. Let me find out if she's happy or
But
not.
I also say like black men are more confident because when my friend and I we'd go to this thing jazz night at the W on Sundays.
Yeah.
And because I feel like white guys are like, oh, you got a boyfriend? Bye. The black men will say, well, are you happy?
Oh,
I swear to God.
me.
No, they would always say that to me. Because I was like, wow, this guy's really persistent.
Right.
And my friend, like, she only dates black guys, and she says it's because they pursue me. She says the white guys, like, they're not persistent. And she says, like black men have confidence. Like, they will ask you out. And yeah, even if you say you're taken, they're like, well, how happy are you?
Right. I'll
You're not married, are you? Yeah.
I'll always ask that. If I see a ring, I'm like, Crispy, I want to meet her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
How long she been married?
yeah.
What's he look like?
Are you happy? And one time or not, you'll hear, and I like giving them a moment and having a moment and making them happy, and they go home and the husband has no idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Am I wrong, Rich?
No, well, we'll talk about this another day, but like my friends are in an open marriage, and he actually said that they have a better sex life once they started fucking other people.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Because he comes up with new things, she comes up with new things. He goes, our sex life is through the roof right now. I mean, they've been married a long time. They have 2 kids, but when they mix it up with other people, he's like, it's through the roof.
There's something about that.
Yeah.
That I actually like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, so I like the fact. So there's this one chick that comes to town, and she's the friend of a friend's girlfriend, and she's married, and she lives in LA. But when she comes here, all she wants to do is fuck.
Yeah.
And she told me.
Yeah.
And I'm that guy that she usually just smashes when she comes to town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with that.
But I have to say that I decided, because the last time she was here, we didn't connect. I was super busy and stuff like that. And I was just telling my friend the other day, like, I don't think I'm going to mess with her anymore.
Well, because
You know what
you're
I
an
mean?
Aquarius. Like, Aquarius is like monogamous relationships. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are kind of serial monogamous. It's like, yeah, you got needs. You'll do your casual thing. But I think ultimately you guys are actually you're romantics.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Yeah, you want your quality time with someone.
Yeah, I don't connect with her anymore.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing, though. I kind of liked the fact that she would come to town just to do that, and her husband at home was fucking bored.
For a while.
And she, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I did it a couple of times, but it was,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's good for a while, but ultimately it's not going to be meaningful, and it's going to get boring for you.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Even though, and what's funny is she was here recently, and I was busy, and I heard that she connected with someone else she met out in the Old Town.
Yeah.
At the time.
Okay.
So I was like, great. You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's funny because like my ex was an Aquarius, so he was with his daughter's mom when we met.
Okay.
And we like got drunk one night and kind of fooled around, and I feel badly about that now. But same thing, like he was a romantic, and he ended up calling me every day. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why is this dude calling? Why is he calling me every day?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Right.
And then he finally said, I realized how unhappy I was. Like I forgot, what that felt like to be with somebody, and I left her and I moved out, and like, I want to date you. And I was like, what?
Like, what? Yeah.
No, it's not expecting that, but we did.
Right.
Like, we ended up, we were in a relationship. We moved in together.
Interesting.
Not ideal, but that can happen because, Aquarius men do have that tendency. Like, you want that connection with somebody.
Right. Even though we like to be free.
Yeah.
That connection with
Yeah,
someone.
you need both.
We need both.
Yeah.
And which a lot of women struggle with. The fact that we need that other side of freedom, too.
See, I'm that person that needs the other side. And it's funny because it actually flipped with us where once we moved in together, like he wanted to be together all the time and I needed my space.
You needed your space.
Yeah, and it didn't work. But I always say that I'm like, my ideal mate is like a musician who goes on tour half the year.
Right. That would be my
Honestly,
ideal.
yeah, or like a pilot or
That's
someone who's not
awesome.
home all the time.
Yeah, like this girl I'm seeing now, and we'll see how it turns out, hopefully well. But it's funny, I like the fact she lives in LA and I'm here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I worked with my ex for 4 years, because he
Right.
lived like 2 hours away, and I was like, perfect.
Perfect. See, exactly.
You're not here all the time.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And as you get older too, like once you're like past your, once you're into your 30s and beyond, you need that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. So, in talking about the fetishes, so I shot this movie years ago called April Fools, and it was about, so this girl that we did the movie about, she was the black version of Heidi. What's the girl's name?
Heidi Klum?
What was the sex girl's name that all the celebrities were dating her
Heidi Fleiss.
Heidi Fleiss. She was the black version of Heidi Fleiss.
Mm-hmm.
Best kept secret in Hollywood. And I ended up meeting her, and I ended up doing a movie on who she was.
Oh, cool.
And it was an independent film.
Okay.
And we had to, it was based on her life. So one of her clients, and you know what?
I'm looking at your notes right now, and I know what's coming.
Race. This
is going to be a dark fetish.
Race, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. She ended up, so after I filmed the movie, I'm talking about it with someone, and I can't say who it is because I get in big trouble. And I'm talking about it with someone, and come to find out, he had been with her too. Mm-hmm. And he's married. Yeah. And she goes, yeah.
She's probably on everybody.
she goes, oh yeah, I know so and so who you work with. Yeah, he wanted me to put my thumb up his ass all the time.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I said, what?
My best friend, she dated a guy for 8 years, and she said that's all he wanted.
That's what this person wanted.
But she said, and actually, I like that as a woman.
You like thumbs up your
Not thumb, but just like a little, just a little boop. Right there. Yeah, a little playing with it is good.
Okay, just a little fondle.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Little thing in there is good. But
she
dated a guy for 8 years who wanted her to put her finger up his ass every time. But it got to the point that like she was like, now I have to do it every time. Like that's what he wants every time. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I was like, oh God, I wouldn't want to do that to someone else. Because I don't ask, but if they do it, it's like, they're cool. Like a little, they slide the finger there and you're like, okay, yeah, cool. It's nice.
Keep
it feels nice. Yeah. I don't want to do it to anyone else though.
Right.
God.
Exactly.
No.
That's what she would have to do to this person I'm talking about. And I can't say anything, but
a lot of guys are into that.
I didn't know that. I don't want shit.
He's like, well, they say that, like, because for women, once they know a guy likes that, then every guy they date after that, they're like, how do I approach that? Do I do it?
Ask him if he likes that.
Right, because I'm like, you can't just be like, surprise, because if they're not into it,
right? I know it's a fetish, but let me ask you a question. Do you think though? And I'm still gonna talk about
like that they're a little gay.
Yeah. Do you think that or no?
No,
because gay is not an act; it's a mind state. I always say.
No, I think it's an area that actually also feels good. It also feels a little forbidden, right? Like I don't want you to put anything else there, but like if you just touch it a little, it actually feels nice, and it feels a little forbidden. Yeah, it feels like it feels good.
So it's kind of like my forbidden fetish thing.
Yeah, but as a guy, I could see you being like, "What the hell are you doing?" Right? If it's unprovoked.
I wouldn't like that at all.
No. Yeah.
So what I was saying about filming. Well, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, that was it.
Yeah, so I was gonna say about filming this movie. So this girl I'm talking about, she was a client of this multimillionaire with this jeans company. And I'm not gonna say what jeans, but we all know it. And he was one of her clients, and he wanted to be pooped on all the time.
Yeah.
And we reenacted the scene in the movie. And I'm like, are you serious? You want to be pooped on?
Wait, what? How do you reenact that in a movie? Do you have fake poop?
Yeah. And we had to reenact it in the film.
How do you cast that? Like, anybody who's interested in fake pooping or getting fake pooped on.
There will be a scene
have to be comfortable with this.
Fake poop goes on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and we had to and she would tell me Imani when we were doing the script, she was like, he'd have me come over.
Yep.
Didn't want to fuck me.
Yep.
Just wanted me to shit on his chest and his stomach, rub it all over.
Oh.
And that's what he got off on.
But I went to high school with a girl who we all heard she liked guys to pee on her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a thing.
They call them golden showers or something.
Golden showers, yes.
Yeah, and I don't know what the poop thing is called.
And she was a pretty girl too. Like you would never expect this, but she dated a few guys, and
there's a term for the whole poop fetish thing. I'm listening. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there is. But but it's surprising because if you saw her, you're like, but she's so cute, you know. No, it got her because I grew up in a small town, so like if somebody liked something like that, you would know.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a scientific term for it. Coprophilia.
Oh, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't.
Coprophilia.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an actual other, like an urban dictionary phrase.
Yeah.
It's a gross.
Coprophilia.
That's a gross.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Has my coprophilic boyfriend gone too far?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Fecal attraction.
There's a lot.
Coprophilia.
There's a lot
Wow.
of. I know, disgusting.
But there's probably an urban term for it too, like golden shower.
Yeah. I'm sure.
And I almost remember us mentioning it on the film.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Anyway,
There's some
this
dark
chick-
stuff.
Anyway, yeah.
But it all goes back to gross scents. Like guys like the smell of feet, or shit. Like it's a thing. Like, and that's what gets them off. Like kind of gross.
Fetishes.
Gross stuff.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
So
and
did we talk about yours? Mine is like the forbidden.
Well, yeah, mine was just like the men in power. Yeah, the forbidden fantasies.
Right, and you like men in power.
Yeah, that's really all it is. It's always a man in power. It's always like this guy kidnapped me and I have to do what he says. Something like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but nothing. I think it's more men that are into the gross, the dark. The foot fetishes, the
all that
adult
kind of
babies.
Yeah, that's. I'm trying to think what else.
Because when I put the shoes up there, all these guys started asking if I would sell them my used underwear or used pantyhose. Yeah, it's like all different things that they want to smell. So that was in like the Orange is the New Black episode where she would smell used panties. Like that's a big thing.
I mean, but I think used panties are a little sexier though. Then
yeah, but there's
you smelling used
then
panties.
feet, then shoes. Gross.
Yeah, I think that's a little sexier though. But I wouldn't mind a used panty or two
but here's
smell.
my question. What do these guys do with the shoes that they buy? Do you have a closet full of women's shoes, and when you take a girl on a date and you bring her home, you have to like lock that closet?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because my friend put up a few different pairs of shoes, and she said the same guy bought like all 3 pairs of shoes. I'm like, okay, he's collecting. Like these guys collect these, right? Like this is their hobby. What do you do with them?
Right.
It's not just one pair of shoes they got a whole closet full, I'm sure.
That's crazy.
Imagine going home with somebody and they got a closet full of weird stuff.
Yeah. I've never heard of that at all.
Yep.
Okay, so Cleveland streamer is the sex term for pooping on someone.
Oh. Cleveland streamer.
So if you like Cleveland streaming out there in golden showers, maybe you should put that on your dating app profile. That's what it's called. Cleveland streamer.
Wow.
That's
good. That's good. Like, all right. Like, I want to know the origination of that. Who in Cleveland originated this?
I have no idea. That's funny, man. Wow. Interesting. I'm trying to think on fetishes if I have any other. But you know what though? Like I said, I'm kind of green in that department, man.
Yeah. You need to experiment more.
I probably need to experiment more.
You're gonna find some girl who's gonna rock your world.
Ass, though, but
never know. You never know.
That's not happening.
Some girl's gonna slip you one, and you're gonna be like, "Get out of there!"
Rachel.
Actually, wait a minute. Hold on, not yet.
That's not happening. I can guarantee you that. You know what I mean?
I didn't think I'd ever like it either, but then I was like, "Oh, actually, it's not so bad."
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So as a guy, not so much.
You know what? We were gonna talk about the
7-year itch.
But we won't though, because this lasted longer.
You sure?
Yeah, it was fine. We'll cover it next week, guys.
All right. Okay. I don't have much to say on that.
You don't have much to say on that anyway, so yeah.
I don't. But if you wanted to touch on it, I mean.
And you know what? We kind of talked about it before with the other hosts, like the whole 10-year. We call it a 10-year itch.
Well, I think it goes into the whole fetish thing where people get bored after 7 years. So either in your note, either the women go looking for someone else,
right,
or the men go looking for you to dress up in a cheerleader outfit, or
exactly.
whatever they like.
Exactly.
I think that can definitely happen. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about the 7-year itch next time if we can talk about it at all.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think we pretty much got the fetishes covered, huh?
All right.
And you know what, our listeners, if you have a fetish, discuss it with your partner.
Or tell us about it.
Tell us about it.
I want to know.
We want to
know all of the fetishes.
Talk about it on the show
because there's got to be more.
It's got to be more. Yeah, we'll talk about it on the show without. We'll talk about it on the show.
Yep.
Without.
If you have any questions for us, leave a YouTube comment.
Yes.
Any subject matters you want us to cover.
For sure, exactly. Do all that. And the usual spiel, man. Don't forget to follow us on social media. This is our 4th week with Rachel. You know, it's going really good. We're happy to have her. She's awesome.
Happy to be here.
A lot of fun. She has a lot of good insights. And it's great to have a woman to bounce back and forth with. You know what I mean? About these subjects.
Yeah, you don't want two dudes. You need a man and a woman.
And ask real questions.
Howard needs his Robin, you know?
Right, you can ask me real questions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she's 10 years younger than me, which is cool too. So we can kind of share that as well. You know what I mean? And see what's going on. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking in, listening. Like we always say, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. It's ICNT Group Digital. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Remember, we are exposing the truth and broadcasting the lies every week. It's the sexiest, hippest podcast on iHeartRadio and iTunes and Spotify and Google Play.
Yep.
And all that good stuff. So we're going to keep it going as long as you guys are listening. And once again, thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next Monday. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah.